It's halfway through the week already. It's almost the end of the week for us in the States here. But for us at Dukascopy and myself, we'll be here all week long. We'll give you a broadcast on Thursday and Friday, but pretty much the markets close on Wednesday. And they do like a cameo appearance on Friday and then shut down again. So just a few hours of U.S. trading. I think it's to 1 o'clock. So that would be 3 hours of trading. Let's see, 9:30 to 10:30, 10:30 to 11:30, 11:30 to 12:30. So it's 3.5 hours of trading. That's all they do. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Doc here from North America, ready for another fun-filled day. Let's see. Do we have? Yep. So there we go. Okay. I can see we're about 20 seconds behind, so that's not too bad. All right, let's take a look at it. You can see here the dollar seems to be firming up. There was news last night that all the central banks across the world are planning on pumping up the liquidity. They're going to put in something like around $12 billion a month to buy, I guess, the same stuff they're buying now. Whatever they're buying now, they're going to be buying more of it. Just increasing the liquidity over the liquidity that they're already doing. So they're increasing it by 0.66, or it's 0.66, or 2/3 of 1 percentage point. So in other words, almost a percentage point, less than a percentage point, 0.66. Okay, and so that put a little charge into the markets. I guess I put some charge into the dollar. People thought, oh, I want to own some of that because the U.S. pays interest, and pretty much most of the rest of the world finds a way not to pay. Let's put it this way: stable, liquid markets do their best to not pay any interest. I know Japan is starting to pay some interest, but that's where we stand there. And it looks like it's starting off as a quiet morning. I don't see anybody out there, so that's all right. No problems. Doc can ramble and come up with things to look at. As you can see over there on J4X, right here, you can see it's showing the green hinky ashy trying to move up. And because it's trying to move up, remember it's a laggard indicator. You can see our white line has pierced the golden dotted line, heading towards the CCI. So you can see here there's some strength trying to come in, and you can see here we've already started that adventure. We're in a daily buy right there. Let's throw that in there. I don't think we ever put the daily sell in. That's the funny part. See, let's grab one of these daily sells. Let's just move it over one. There we are. Let's grab that daily sell. And we'll put that right. Oop, let's grab a hold of it again. Move it over to there. Woo! And so that's where it went into the sell. And that's now going into the buy. You can see we're playing with. We went to the weekly sell. Let's steal another weekly sell too. We went into a weekly sell last week. You can check it on the fact check spreadsheet right there. Line was at 21. So we're in a weekly sell and a daily buy at the moment. And let's grab a weekly and throw it over there. You can see we're already flirting with the weekly buy again. Wow, that was a long sell on that one, wasn't it? We'll steal that one. Just maintenancing here. That's what it is. It's come down to maintenancing. And we'll stick that right there. Oh, no, I guess we must have been describing it at the time. So we'll just. I'm not even sure why it does that. All right, you know what? We're going to get rid of that line altogether because it doesn't fit. Because look at it, it's going all the way up the top of the screen. We must have used it as an example. Remove. There we are. And so then let's put a weekly sell right there. In a pinkish mode. And expanding one. La-di-da. And there we go. And now you can see we're playing with the weekly all of a sudden again. And we slipped into the daily buy already. So, insight to awe. Wow. Making some nice moves there, isn't it? Look, we're just going to throw that circle in there. Let's sit there for the next couple trading days. Remember, cash currencies will be okay, But again, you're cutting out the United States, which is because everybody's drinking and going to high school parties and so forth, even if they're 50, 60, or 70 or 80 years old. That's what they do around Thanksgiving. We all get together around here and go see old friends from yesteryear and so forth and so on. All right. There we are. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing strength in the dollar. So now let's take a magical tour through the rest of the some of the other pairs trades we look at, starting off with the euro. You can see that there. You can see it's actually flirting with a weekly sell at the moment. We're in a daily sell for the last couple of days since the close here. You can see it has been no real exciting move. I mean, it was instant gratification, of course. It was over 50 pip drop, but it wore on you from the move up right there. And it's a very tight market. And again, we're going into the holiday thing, so you put all those together, then not counting. And I keep on reminding all traders here, we've got mechanical situations going on now. We have institutions and family desks and all kinds of things trying to take profits on big wins and things that have been trending on the upside. And then what they do is they try to match them up to their sales of losses so that they can flatten out their tax situation. So you can thank President Wilson why we see the markets move the way they do, because they have to adjust for the taxation. All right, let's jump over to cable. And there it is right there. You can see that's acting very firm. Let's widen that out a little bit. Lockdown or not. We've been in a weekly buy back here. So the weekly trend has been, it's our friend. And then at the same time, you can see we have the daily buy right there. And for any newbies here, we're talking about Chicago Quant Technologies, our proprietary mathematics. And it's our primer in a mathematical sense. So we know when things are good or bad. It kind of sounds like Santa Claus there. We know when you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sakes. Yes. And let's put a sell in there. There we are. There we go. So you can see here the trend overall in the cable has been finding ways to go up with this weekly buy, just as it found ways to try to go down from falling into the weekly sells here. And then the dailies will keep you honest. It'll make you neutral. So there's always three positions as far as we're concerned you can be in. You can be long, you can be short, or you can be neutral. Neutral is very easy to do in the 21st century. You just sell a call and buy a put, boom, done. If you're long and you need to flatten out, that's the way to play it. And then what else do we got going on there? I guess that's about it when it comes to the cable. So you can see the dollar in the euro is going down, but it is not having any real effect over here on the cable itself. The cable is still showing firmness. And we've been thinking, even ever since that last spike right there, we've been talking about the 34s. And so it's dancing its way to the 34s again. Now let's drift over to the Turkish Lira. You can see that right there. We're looking at this ABC, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or the big A, and this is the B on the upside, and then they'll try to roll it again. Or maybe the news just didn't do what the global marketplace thought it should do. And that is removing the finance minister last week, or 2 weeks ago now. And, oh, there we go. Middle age, what's shaking? We just Robin's posting something in bar charts about the soy complex. Let's see. I'll show it to you after I take a look at Chicago wheat. Let's take a look at that March Chicago wheat. And I see K Live is here. Hey, K Live, how are you doing? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Let's see. Let's take a look at where were we going? I even left up Robin 2 for you. I had a feeling you might be stopping in today to say hi. Let's see. There is Chicago. There's Chicago meal. Let's go find. You were looking at what? March wheat, right? Yeah, let's go look at the March wheat. And there is the March wheat. I'll give it a refresh. Reload. And you can see we closed in the weekly sell last week. It's not doing anything for us right now. It's not doing anything right. You can see as we went into the daily sell on the Thursday, and there's the 23rd. I wonder what. Let's take a look and see what December wheat's doing. Let's see if they're trading that right now, just to get a flavor. Yeah, there. No, that's. Oh, wait a minute. That's 24. Let's just go back to March wheat again. Did it reflect 24? No, it's not giving us. It's not even giving us the 23rd. What is up with that? So let's do a reload again. What's up with that thing? Where's the reload? Let's go to here. There we go. Reload. That's the 23rd. What's today? Oh, today's the 24th. Yeah, so it's not trading. Whereas the December contract is showing action today already. It's moving down. I see. There it is. That's what it is. I was thinking it was the 25th for some reason. So you can see there, middle age. We got the, let's see, gold, and then middle age says I'll be looking for it on bar charts. Yeah, what happened was Inside Futures has been consumed by bar charts now, and we're putting something up there showing you the complex. I'll show it to you after we get done this. K Live, let's see. K Live says, what do you say for pairs in gold and silver? I mean, not gold, silver. Gold against the dollar. Let's do that because that's what Middle Age is talking about too. So let's take a look at Mr. and Mrs. Gold. Oh, and look at Bitcoin. It looked like it tried to go into the sell last night. I even thought I had a red line in there, and look at it. It just refuses. So they filled in some of the futures contracts last night somewhere along the line. There is gold. Oh, look at that. Poor gold is still feeling the pain. It feels the pain. Let's see. Is there a table in basement? One that has multiple levies. Look after webinar. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. So you can see here, gold is moving down. But we've been, excuse me, we've been in a sell for so long in that thing, and we've been just the beginning here. We're sliding into the weekly sell too at the same time. So right there. So just the option traders could be short in that thing and put up with it. No, wrong color there. I don't know what that one is, but let's do this. There we are. Bing. So you can see here. Let's do this. I like doing this. This is fun. There we go. Making it dashed. As you can see there, we are showing the weakness all the start of the week, and we've been in a daily sell now for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 full days, going on a 12th day. Weak gold, strong dollar. That's the norm in it. And we're probably seeing the same action in the silver also. Seeing that same action. Let's drive over to there. There's Mr. and Mrs. Silver. Same game. And it's doing the same little dance on the weekly. And I guess maybe they'll go after the 22s this time. I don't know. It's not anything too surprising, especially with gold making the challenge to, the 1800? The low today is 1803.50. So you can see that pressure is still on. For the option traders, they've been able to play this on the downside and be a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And for the hard delta traders that like to just be long or short the product itself, you've been teased and pressured, but not stopped out. And now, show me the money is happening. That's what it comes down to. And so there it is. But again, we're in a weekly buy, so you couldn't really be short hard delta unless you're just one big risk taker. And we are conservative here. And you can see here for anybody that's a newbie, there's the time manifolds. That's that there, the plus time manifold versus the minus. When we go into the histogram and the black histogram and the white line go minus, which are pretty much the same. They're just different rates. And they are always both in a buy or a sell together. The difference is that sometimes when we're using a super, it can be a little different. And in this case here, we are just using the 5. As you can see how uniformed, and we can tell by going like so. Notice that the 6 is out. 6 is the super. Shall we see what the super looks like? Let's put it in as a line and see what it looks like, just for the fun of it. And that's got enough juice. Gotta make it solid, so you can see what the super looks like. Now, the super is not doing anything particular here. It's just reflecting the weakness overall. So, and that is on that. And then gas line 7 we're using for the weekly on this one. And 7 is just an average of our mathematics. That's all it comes down to. Let's see. Let's cancel that. Let's fix that and turn that invisible again. There we go. So, yeah, answer to gold is 11 days in a sell, and it's coming to fruition. It's dropped, what is it? Dropped about 75 points now. So, you know, it was the coronavirus that put that gap into this, because they keep on coming up with, what do they call it? Results. They found 3 different cures. They've got cures that are better than the average virus cures. I think the average virus cure is 67% success rate. Corona is up to 95% accuracy. That's pretty good. I'll be looking for it on bar chart. Let's see, what do you say for pair? So there's gold and K Live. I hope that answered that. You know, the pressure has been on, and now it's coming to fruition. I think that should be growth on the daily time frame. You mean going up? Gold going up? I'm hearing stories that the metals are losing out to the cryptos. The cryptos are starting to take over those positions. So I'm not sure what you mean by daily. I think that there should be growth on the daily time frame. You mean gold going up, not down? Is that what you mean by growth? And then, you know what? There's a lot of profit in gold this year, and we're coming to the end of the tax line. So what happens is that because of the tax line, yeah, Robin, because of the tax, say hello to the world. Hello, world. Are you there, Robin? Nope, gone. So, you know, there's profit in there. There's a big profit in the gold. So there's, you know, some have got to be taking profits. I mean, we had gold. What did we do? We went into the, you know, that weekly buy back in April, in the 1500 area, going into 1600, and you know, it was in a weekly buy from March all the way to September. So it caught the whole move on the weekly trend, and so, you know, where did it go? It went from basically 1600 to 2100, roughly. You know, when you look at it that way. So that's 500 American dollars in gold. You got to figure that they're taking profits somewhere. I mean, Mr. Wilson has made it. Mr. Wilson has made it so, you know, important that they take money from people who work to give it to people who don't work so hard, or don't have the ability to work as hard as the ones that are making it. I don't know how to describe it best. I like the idea of charity should start at home. And I think that if you want to take money from people who are making it, they should be allowed to decide, not the government. Let's see. Okay, what? K Live? Okay. Daily time frame thing? Growth? So you were thinking that gold should go up, right? Is that what you're trying to say? I think it's going to be very hard for it to go up unless there's a calamity. And it seems like all that stuff is being swallowed up by the cryptos at the same time. Cryptocurrencies are doing a good job of taking that position. You know, easier to deliver, easier to move, cheaper, so forth, so on. Doesn't cost any storage. You got to figure that in the end, we've always said, we used to say on the trading floors, you know, that if you're really buying gold and silver for, you know, the end of the world, then you might as well buy 22 caliber shells, since they're the most interchangeable. and they're going to be worth much more than gold, and so or silver. So when you take that mental leap about buying metals because you think you're preparing yourself for the end of the world, in other words, the end of central banks and the end of governments on some level, and so forth and so on, then you're wasting your time with gold and silver, and you're better off with 22 caliber shells. So that seems to be the that is I'll hold up to that one, and you can see why buy gold when you can do cryptos. You can even do it through PayPal now. You can do the cryptos, so it makes it really easy. All right, what's next here? Let's see. You guys were interested in. Oh, you know what? Middle Age. Let's take a look at that complex thing I was telling you about. Until someone comes up to see something else. And so K Live, if you have anything else we can look at, we can check that out. You can see here, soybean oil was in a daily buy for 21 days since here, and went into the sell yesterday, and then today they're putting a little charge into the downside, but we're still in the weekly buy, so we got a lot of work. But it had made a really nice move over this 21-day period. Now we go and look at meal. That's the other one Robin's putting up on the website there, and that is that meal has been in a sell for 11 days and going sideways up, going wrong. And it went into the sell basically here at 381-ish area, 382, I guess 382, climbed to 395, refused to go into a buy, came back down to 385 again, bounced around to 395 again, and now we have a weekly trying to form up, and we just get red dots, and this thing wants to go down. And it's been in this sell, so it just refuses to join in. You can't be long, of course, even with this weekly buy signal that we've been in since back in, was that August? Yeah, August. And where it went into the weekly buy at 300. We've been in, you've seen we go in and out of buys and sells on a shorter term basis. But it's been in a sell since here. So you're not short and you're not long. You're just watching it at this point. Now we're starting to flirt with the idea to go into a weekly sell. And so it's joining in with the soy oil. Let's go back to that again. There's soy Earl right there. And, let's see, what else can we say about that? Oh, let's do this. Go to the Jans. See the Jan beanies. Jan beanies are trying to break down. And so, again, another product that's been in a buy since late August, in a weekly buy from the 950 area, which took it up to almost the $12 area. Did it go that high? No. Almost $12 a bushel. So $2.50 a bushel move in our weekly buy. And now it's just starting to curve using the gas line 5 there. This is, let's see what this is. I think this is just to get... Let's see, I can tell by looking at it. Yeah, so this is just gas 3. Yeah, see the plot 5 and 6 are turned off. So this is not using the super. And the super, we're not using that on that. So there we are there. All right, that is my response to Middle Ages look at wheat and gold and what's going on in the soy complex. Alrighty, where do we go from here? We were in currencies, so we can go back to the currencies. And Turkish Lira, look at that. We were talking about that. It was going up, and away. And closed in the daily buy yesterday. It's still in a weekly buy. We are, if you go over to the spreadsheet, let's see, where's our mousey for that? There it is. As you go over to the spreadsheet, you can see we are line 17. It's highlighted for you. We are now 51 weeks in a weekly buy in this product. 51 weeks. Wow. Wow, wow, and wow. We did pick up the political game going on. The math picked it up there. They tried to rally it back up, and then obviously the insiders sold more. Closed minus, and we slid down, And so that is where we're at. I guess we'll see if the world finally bites on that, you know. K Live, no problem. You know, Doc likes to pontificate, and this is the holiday week to do it on. And every day, every week is a holiday week to me. Let's see. Let's check it out. Where do we go from here? Let's go and look at the Canadian. There's the CAD. Boy, is it tightening up here. And we slid into the weekly sell last week. We made, I guess, about a 10-day low right there today. And it's trying to bounce its little heart up a little bit. And we're in the daily sells now for 2, 4, 5 full days, going on a 6. If anybody's out there that likes to trade the bot, the Thai bot. There we are. And then that's about it when it comes to the Canadian. The Canadian's being chill. I like how it trends. It trends nice. It does have some good wide ones. You get a little in and out here. You know, they try to take the profits and then it turns around and messes with them and zoom. But overall, it's a good product. All right, what do we got here? Middle Age says, thanks for going through those. I'm going to keep an eye on the sui meal for the short-term opportunity. Yeah, it's curious. You know, I mean, there. You know, I keep on all the fields around here. You know, are barely harvested, which is amazing. We do have good weather, and everybody's getting their winter wheat in. But I mean, the beans are ready to be harvested, and the teams are here. I see them. I see the combine teams all around. But we still got I'd say in South Jersey, we've only harvested 30% of our beans. That's about it. So I keep on waiting to see some pressure on the beans because we got tons of it around here. It just shows you the foreign demand that we're getting from it. The United States and Brazil are two top producers in the world. We both produce 25% of the world's beans. And so, and boy, I'll tell you, you know, they're all out there. The Steels and everything else are out there, you know, and the John Deeres are rolling. They're trying to turn that ground over, and you can see they're doing the, you know, to get that planting in. I'll tell you the truth, I'm really surprised that we don't see a no-till equipment on top of the harvesters, honest to God. I mean, you know, you put it on the wagons. You know, you could put a third line there. You got the tractor, and you got your tilling. I mean, your harvest, not the tractor. You got the combine harvesting, and then the harvesting feeds the wagon, and the wagon takes off, and the new wagon comes in. You connect the wagon to a no-till behind that. Just put the winter wheat in from there. I mean, I'm surprised we're not seeing that much firepower. I know we're only looking at 120 some odd horsepower, but you know, I mean, they've got the gears. They can do it. So, and again, I'm curious. I can't believe I've seen beans stay this firm with so much not harvested and up at the $12 area. Amazes me. I guess everybody has their puts on. They're protected. So how about that? I like that when I see good option trading for our option strategies used correctly. All right, there's CAD. So we're going to do this. What we do now is we drift over to the NASCAD. So we take a look at the Kiwi CAD pairs trade, which is called the Loonie. Not the gold coins out of Canada, but the Loonie trade. And there it is right there, NASCAD. You can see that's been very firm, and that's been going up. And that's usually indicative of the oil market. And that's why bean oil, let's just go over to bean oil again. Right there. Bean oil has been very firm just like that. NASCAD, you know, has that same, they follow each other. And then let's go to the crude oil game. Let's move that out. Right there. Jan Oil doing the same thing. Now there's the three of them like to march together. NASCAD, Bean Oil, and World Oil, West Texas Intermediate. And so that's what we usually see there going on. And as you can see here with crude oil, we went into the sell here. You know, it did break down and it came back up. And, you know, the daily buy gave us protection knowing not to be short here at the bottom. Yay for us. And then we went into a sell here, which hurt our math because we were in a weekly sell. And sad for us, taking some profits. And then you can see here it went sideways, and now we're back into the daily buy, and it's gone from the 41.5 area to the 43 3/4 area. So it's been a good catch there. But we're still flirting with that weekly sell. There doesn't seem to be, the overall trend seems to be obviously your friend at the moment, but overall it's just a big sideways action since the sell-off here in SEPI. And obviously since the real sell-off going back to the coronavirus right there. You can see that. So, all right. Those oil markets all kind of tied together and tied in with the NASCAD, which is always curious. Why the NASCAD? What I think is that New Zealand does not have any oil production enough to have any relevancy to their GDP. And so Canada is the opposite. So you're seeing the pure, let me take a sip of water here, but you're seeing the pure action of the two commingled, both commonwealths. They have Western structure and capitalism, and so I guess it kind of is a filter for the Canadian. Wow, what a quiet day, like nobody's here. It's okay. It's okay. You can always watch it on the repeat. It's repeatable. It's being broadcast through YouTube. All right, so that's where we stand, and now we are with the oil market, and we're looking at the commodities, and we've looked at gold already. Normally gold will lift with the oil, but not to this last couple of weeks here. It's being pushed down, and I would say that has to do with Mr. Wilson and the tax thing. In other words, $500 a profit, a 25% profit in a investment probably is putting pressure on it. In other words, people are selling it so they can take the losses at the same time with the profits and not have to pay for the profits. All right, let's check out, since we're in the commodity side, we'll take a Robo Gas. You can see that there. Same situation, flirting with the weekly right there. That's cool. Been in daily buy since 1 and change, 114, 115 area with a close of 116.25. And now it's trading at 123 at the pump. And so that's gasoline or gas oil for you outside the United States. They refer to it as gas oil sometimes, and motor oil. And what it does is it powers the vehicle. We call it gasoline over here. Natural gas. Natural gas has been in a weekly sell since here, and it has finally broken down from it. You can see that one. The trend finally got its act together, and let's see if we can get rid of that, obviously. And you can see here, went into the sell there, and caught some of that dash down and went up again, and then went into the sell at that point right there, which was really cool. Just caught that whole gap gig all together, so that was neat. And so there was a winner chicken dinner. All right, what else we got brewing here? Let's see. We're going to go through the commodities unless someone says, hey, I want to see something again in the currency market or the bond market. Let's check out the 10-year bond. Here's the 10-year bond. And you can see it's still firm, but went into the daily sell there yesterday. But it's just going sideways. And we're in a weekly buy, so not much of a reason to run and hide. No running and hiding from that. All right, now let's take a look at, let's see, does anybody want to, oh, we saw the silver. We did look at it. You can see the pressure's on that just like it is on the gold. Stock indices, there's the S&P 500 in a weekly sell, flirting not too well with the weekly buy. Just sideways profit taking. We went into the buy at the close of last night with the first half hour. That's why that's in there. And then when we look at the NAS 100, Same situation. A little pressure on it. Nas is also another thing, taking a lot of profits because again things at all-time highs, and it's had a nice run, much better than the S&P or the Dow. So they're taking profits out of that one too. It's that time of the year, traders. Profit, profit. Let's see, what else can we look at here? Let's see. Oh, let's look at the Russell. Russell's on fire. Russell is on fire. Look at that. Ripping and a reeling and a zooming and a booming. All-time highs again. Outperforming all the stock indices for the last couple of days. We were in a buy here. How did we get into a... Oh, that's right. We got into the sell because of that one. And then now we're back into the buy again. And we're even trying to play the weekly's even trying to jump. That's going to be very interesting. So they're buying... I look at the Russell 2000 as the... like the new surrogate for the old and NASDAQ. And so the NASDAQ used to be, very low cap stocks, speculative stocks, that type of thing. And now the NASDAQ, the Russell 2000 is that way. So it's become a real good surrogate of trying to figure out where the heaviest of speculative stocks are and how they're doing. And right now, they're reaching for the stars. They're buying the DEC Russell like there is no tomorrow. So I guess they figure that they're undervalued, or they're looking for, some policies coming out of the next Trump administration that will give them energy. I guess that's the only way I can see it. I don't see any particular reason why you would buy speculative stocks if you thought that the Biden administration was going to occur. So it'll be interesting to see. I think money keeps on saying it thinks that Trumpy is going to be there in January. Okay, now what else is there? Remember, traders, buy on the rumor, sell on the news. And that's what we're seeing there. All right, let's jump over to, let's see. Let's look at the Bitcoin. Let's look at Mr. and Mrs. Bitcoin. That is becoming the surrogate for the, let's see, where are you, Bitcoin? Right there. That's becoming the surrogate for gold. This thing is trying, but is not going down. Over on the spreadsheet, you can see we are now, on the fact check spreadsheet, you can see we are now 10 full weeks in a weekly buy, 32 days in a daily buy. So money is coming in to the cryptos, and today we are flirting with all-time highs. And that is fascinating. And there's a couple traders in here like Daniel and so forth that keep on talking about the idea of $100,000 Bitcoin very soon over the next year. And Citibank and a few of the others are coming out with just as wildish numbers that make that look small. Citi, the bankrupt large bank in the United States that's owned by the Federal Reserve, is saying $319,000. And I think that's over a 5-year period. And then someone else is out there pushing for 100 some odd thousand. I think it's JPM. JPM might be talking 120 some odd thousand. So the cryptos are truly showing, a lot of good strength. It's a good alternate. As you sell gold, you buy cryptos. As you sell silver, you buy cryptos. It's pretty much the name of the game there now. And that's how it rolls. All right. Let's see. Where else are we on this commodity adventure? Let's see what platinum's doing. We haven't looked at platinum in a while. Ooh, a little pressure there too. But let's see. But the weekly is holding up. And again, it has that same look as the rest of the metal complex. A lot of choppiness and a lot of sideways action. Not a lot of love for that platinum. Definitely not a lot of love. And I think that's today too, isn't it? No, that's yesterday. So it closed in the daily sell yesterday. Can't wait to see what that does. That should be entertaining. Wrong place. Let's move it right there. There we are. And as the newbies can see, the white line and the histogram are minus, and it's a red dot. That's what's going on there. All right. I'm looking on the chat line. I don't see anything. I see middle. Okay, so the Middle Age is the last one to say anything there. So, let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We didn't look at that index. It's doing its best to try to climb up also. As you can see there, it's trading at 29,000 and change, 29,866 live as we speak. And you can see we went into the daily buy on the close of last night. So you had to wait for the first half hour to go through. And then you could buy again. That's what it comes down to there. But the problem is that for those hard delta traders, we're in weekly sells here, and it's just sideways action. We'll see. This thing looks like maybe they're gonna, maybe the Dow stocks have been laggers, I guess you could say. So you can buy the Dow stocks, and they're selling the Nasdaq stocks. The NQs, so the FANGs. So I would imagine they're profit taking in FANGs and distributing that money to the old line. And you got to imagine, we've showed this, I guess it was last week we showed it, that the Dow Jones Industrial Average has 6 of these stocks in it, which is really cool. We have Microsoft in there, and Cisco Systems, and Intel, and who else is in there? Apple Computer is in there, and Amgen, I think it is, and that Salesforce. So there's 6 of the Nasdaq pillars in there. So, Apple's number 1 in the world, and in the Nasdaq index. Amgen is probably like number 20th, something like that in there. But it's the number 1 biotech basically. I think Bristol Myers Squibb is kind of okay, but I think Amgen is way ahead of them, and because it's more pure. And then at the same time, Cisco Systems number 1 networker, and especially wireless networker. And then Salesforce is, they didn't put Amazon in there. Instead, they put Salesforce in there, which is kind of interesting. And then from there, Intel, obviously major chip manufacturer, and Microsoft, the major operating system, which is, I guess they're like number 3 or 4 in the world, Microsoft. So, the Dow does have a modern flavor to it. I'm sure that if I talk to some of my old friends and members at the old exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, I bet they would be laughing that there's 6 Nasdaq stocks now in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I bet that would be funny as I'll get out to them. Could you look at BRL dollar pairs? I do follow it for trading soft commodities. Oh, glad to. Now BRL, what is BRL? Let's check it out. Let's go over to here. If you're following it, I'm interested. BRL. There's You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stick it. Where should I put it? I'm gonna put it into the Robin 2 instead. Let's see where it's at. Let's do this. Let's make a copy of that. Just take any one of these things. I'll make a copy of it, and then we'll go hunt it down. I don't even know that pair trade. Okay, now let's go all the way down to that right there. No, it didn't do it. Okay, let's see. That's meal. I want to paste this. What's that? Copy again, and then paste. All right, now let's double check it. Go all the way to the bottom. There it is. Activate. Remove that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go find it. It's a currency, right? Currency pair? So let's try that. Instrument. Cash. I'm going to throw it up on J4X too. BRL. You know what? Let me go over to J4X. J4X will probably be a little bit more precise. And then we'll go from there. Let's see if we can get the exact thing. BRL / USD. See what that does. No, let's put the euro in there. All right, so let's try it the other way around. Let's try USD slash BRL. No, I don't even know what BRL is. What is BRL? Oh, Brazilian real. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yes, that makes sense because again, they're such a large player in the bean. Let's see. Let's see what we can find here on J4X. BRL. Doesn't show us there. You know what? Let's try it over here. No, maybe it's USD BRL. Let's try that. USD. What is that? Dot BRL. Let's try that again. Let's try USD BRL. USD. Look up. Kind of surprised it's not around here. There's ruble, zloty, Hong Kong, kroner. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. There's more. There's more. No. All right. Now let's see if we can go the other way. So if we go the real. I thought the real was R something, wasn't it? I really think the real is R something maybe. But let's try this again. BRL. Look up. No. I thought that their symbol was like REL or something like that. I kind of remember it as something odd. No. Huh. Let's try this over here. Let me Google this thing. Maybe we can get another symbol. Let's see. That's how it reads on bar chart. Okay, we'll find it. Because I have seen it, but I think they use the RL instead over on the brokerage houses here in the States. Let's see. Brazilian real. Let's see. We're hunting for it. We're going to find it. We are going to find it. We shall find it. Z. It's like Zilla. Brazil. In real. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so I see it's trading at 0.19. Let's see if I can find some. I see BR. I see Portuguese real, Brazilian real, code BRL, Central Bank of Brazil. Exchange. I could have sworn I saw RL or something at one time, because I did this a long time ago, and I'm not sure. It's funny that we're not reflecting it here in the States at all. Brazilian real against the dollar. We may have to use bar charts and take a look at that through the bar charts. Let's see. RL, look up. No. And then BRL. Look up. No. Let's try the euro and see if the euro has it in there. Let's see. Huh. South African rand. No. I find it really odd that it's not there. You would think it's a pretty large economy. Huh. What is that? What is ILS? I remember running through this problem before. And let's see what price tag this comes up at as. Now, where did that go? Let's try that again. Cash. Is it euro? Let's do this too. Let's remove this instrument. Format. Let's see. Let's just cancel. Wonder why we can't get that. Let's try that again. And it's not a future, it's a cash. Let's try that. I remember running across this problem a long time ago. And I remember it was really odd the way what it came up as. I remember it was really strange. No, okay. I think what I'll do is I'll do the work on that tomorrow or today, and we'll see if we can get that tomorrow. But I do remember hunting down the Brazilian real for something a while back, like about 3 or 4 years ago, and I remember the symbol being really strange. You know, it's and I'm not sure why brokerage houses do that here in the States. Symbol R dollar. What is this? Official website. Okay, so it's something odd. I don't remember why, but it's and I could have sworn at one time it was RL too, not with a B. And I'm not really sure why. I'm just looking at a few other things here before I leave this. Let's see, real Portuguese, Brazil. Currency of Brazil is subdivided into 100. Okay, central bank is the central bank. Oh, nice building. Yeah, we'll hunt it down. That makes sense because beans are a really big. That may be their big #1 export overall, right? Beans. I mean, the whole damn economy. Out of their whole economy, I think beans is literally their #1 export. In other words, they don't manufacture like, I mean, whatever is manufactured is smaller in price. So that makes a lot of sense to look at those two things there. We'll chase after it. And since it was a quiet day today, it doesn't seem to be too bad to begin with. But it does seem odd that we're not. Let's see now. What is that? I put the real in there and it says it came up as or.fr euro. Let's see what happens with this. Obviously, that's not it since it's. Okay. Well, no, it wouldn't be. That wouldn't be it. All right, now let's try it in J4X. Let's look through the J4X universe. Nothing particular jumping out. There's the euros. And so, and BRL doesn't do it. It just wants to throw me right back to the euro. And how about BRL? Let's try it this way. How about USD dot BRL? Nah, it just throws me back to the euro. Interesting. It's got to be around here somewhere, that's for sure. Because they do manufacture 25% or grow 25% of the world soybean market. And it's definitely rocking and rolling right now. No. Don't see anything particular. There's some Hong Kong stocks. J4X is really good abroad, looking throughout the world. Oh, here we go. We got some stuff here. What is that? Here we go. Let's see if they have. There's ruble. No. These are other currencies. Or they're in the euro. I guess they're priced in euros. That's what it comes down to. No, I'm just not running across any of this stuff on the Brazil side. Wow, that's disappointing, you know. I wonder what they did wrong. It's like the way they beat up on the ruble, you know. They're always, you know, these politicos do weird things like that. No, I believe it does. I do. And I've seen it in other things on BRL, but not on, you know, on some of the brokerages. They do something else for. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me. But it's like, it was like LR or something. I mean, it was really that crazy. It was like LR. Matter of fact, it was something really strange. I mean, they took the RL. Let's see what that does. And that gives us British pound. I don't know. We'll have to search that out. And it's well worth searching out, but we obviously can't find it here. I'll talk to somebody at Dukascopy. Maybe they'll be able to find it for us. That would be cool. All right. What do we got left here? I guess we're at the end of the road. So, what do we call this today? I guess what are we looking at today? We're looking at everything today. Let's see. So the title today, what should we title this? How about the commodities and Forex? Forex and commodities. I think that's what we'll label this, because that's what it feels like we did today. Title. That seems to be the right way of coming up with it. Forex and commodities. There we are. All right, this is Doc from North America. Happy trails to all of you. Happy trails to you until we meet again, which is going to be tomorrow on Happy to Hump Day, and to us in the States, the end of the week. Happy trails to you, to all.